recording. There we go. Done.
Saber's dying.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to put out some tweets right now, but welcome to the Semi-Perfect Podcast. We have our usual suspects, one of which is driving right now, as you'll be able to hear by his great reception. He's headed into a storm. Saber, can you hear me?
I am in the middle of a black storm. I know that is also the name of my OC character. I think I am not making out of here alive. That's how I use that.
This is the greatest opening to the Semi-Perfect Podcast we've ever had. Oh, God.
And that's Saber Spark, everybody.
This is good.
Can you all hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you just fine.
Very loud and clear.
So yeah, so everybody knows that Saber is he's on a episode of Storm Chasers right now. They're filming.
He's the commentary.
Yes.
Boldest. All right, yeah, I'm here. I'm driving right now. So I'm sorry my reception isn't that great.
I think it's only going to add to the show, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
What does it sound? Does it sound like all robotic?
It's better now.
You sound good right now.
You sound good now.
But earlier it
But
was very
earlier
robotic.
you sounded like you were gone through.
Did you call me? All right, so I'm okay right now.
Just
Yeah.
fine.
All right, then continue on.
But it was so much fun before.
Hold on,
I'm
I'm gonna pull up my Twitter while driving and look at the food post.
No,
There you go.
please don't.
That's
No, he's good. He's good.
Alec Greer is.
Your phone's gonna get sucked up by the tornado.
As the
So,
public
you're gonna
reminder,
hear
please don't
Saber-
text and drive.
Yeah, we're gonna hear Saber crash live here on the podcast.
God.
Alec Greer says he has his donuts,
Whoa,
toilet paper,
$1.77 for gas? Nice.
lotion,
Wow.
and porn.
Wonderful.
Drummer Shy says he's offended because he identifies as baloney.
Hmm.
He's got his Diet Orange
And you ate
soda.
baloney.
He fed me bologna, actually. He has his bologna and his cheese crackers. We got Nathan here who says he's ready to go for the podcast tonight,
Nathan!
but there's no food.
Uh-oh.
Nathan, I'll retweet you here, but no food. What the heck, man? Jesus. What else do we got here? We have Draconite says, "A, you spelled it right
Dragonite?
with a K instead of a G."
Oh.
I think he's referring to baloney being spelled right. Yeah, so welcome to the show, everybody. A Thursday night edition, but we have our suspects here, the usual suspects. I'm AC Race Best. Driving his car right now is Saber Spark.
Hey,
A
guys.
few more suspect than him.
Huh. Shut up.
And then we got Paleo Steno in the house.
Hello.
Toodles.
Hello.
And Panama Matt.
Yo. Word.
So we got more. Heather is enjoying ice cream with brownies in the oven while watching our podcast.
Ooh.
That's doing it right. Oh boy. So let's see as I pull up the chat here. Folks, welcome. This is going to be a smaller podcast in the sense of probably both audience and probably in length as well. We were going
Are
to
not
have
wearing a shirt.
wearing. That was good. Even when you're driving, you're on it, Saber. Well done.
Thank you.
That was nice. And drunk. Yep. So here on the Semi-Perfect Podcast, we're gonna have our usual Wednesday show, but Saber Spark was out of town, so we decided to. At first, we were gonna move it, and then we're like, well, wait, what if we just shifted a little bit, a day? So here we are on this Thursday night. We thank you guys for joining us. Obviously, not on our normal day.
Mhm.
But yeah, still gonna have fun, and it'll be a nice personal. Who's doing their dishes?
That's Lorraine.
Oh, okay.
Well, now you don't have to wash your car.
It's gone through the rinse cycle.
Can you all actually hear the rain?
No, not right now.
Not
No.
anymore, but we thought we could.
Sorry. All right. As you were saying.
I'm just looking through. I know that on tonight's episode, one thing we're going to be discussing are movies that are in theaters right now. I know a couple of us have seen some movies recently and share our thoughts on it. I'll be kind of curious to go back and forth. The other thing is My Little Pony recently had some announcements at Comic-Con that just recently passed.
They did?
Didn't it?
Yeah.
Man, I didn't know.
Comic-Con.
Are you asking if Comic-Con happened or if MLP had news?
If MLP had news, because I didn't know.
It might not be huge news, and as far as I know, it might have already been announced. Some of the news revolves around the movie we already know is coming. There was an announcement of another new movie that's going to be coming, i.e. Equestria Girls. And yeah, we'll get into that stuff. But first off, how's everyone's week been?
Good.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. Saber, you probably have the most interesting story.
I do?
Well, you're not home.
You do?
You're in North
Yeah.
Why
Carolina.
are you in Tennessee?
I earlier this week I went to go visit Paleo in North Carolina on Monday night. That was a lot of fun. You get to see him and hear Sashi. We went and got dinner at Sonic's, and then Paleo's like, "I'm a nerd. Let's go do some Pokemon Go." And I'm like, "All right, you child, let's go." So we left the Sonic on foot, and we went to this weird factory building that had like lacrosse playing.
Yeah, it was
and,
converted into like this very strange like mall type thing, but it had a lacrosse field and 2 hockey rinks.
yeah, and it had like a gym and like a slushy store and a candy store too. And it's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. I had no idea it was
really,
there.
It was really bizarre.
But the most
Oh,
important
God.
question is, what Pokemon did you get?
I didn't get any.
A lot of stuff I already had, but I did get an Ekans, which I didn't have.
Do you know Ekans backwards spells,
Sky?
Yeah.
Oh.
and that Arbok spelled backwards spells snake.
Did you know race car spelled backwards is race car?
No, race car is spelled backwards as Satan.
I knew it.
No, that's AC Race Bus spelled backwards.
AC stands for.
Paleo, your week?
No, I'm not done yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
I went in travel. I got to visit Laura. That was good. That was fun. I had a lot of fun with that. And I went to a winery. I was telling you guys about that. That was awesome. It was my first time ever at a winery.
Did you have
she
fun
and I-
whining?
Shut the hell up, all right? One dad joke per show.
Per person?
Yes.
Well, I'm just gonna take everyone else's in if no one's gonna stop me.
Damn you. No, she and I went to a winery. That was fun. It was nice to try out different types of wine I've never done before. And
Okay, so I got a question about wineries. I've never been myself, but I imagine that you go into like this gigantic factory and there's these huge columns cylinders filled with just wine and beer and everything. Is
well, you're close. So what happened is, so this is what it looked like for me and Laura. So we went to the front of the factory, and there were some other people there with us. And then the owner of the factory, the person who runs the place, comes out and welcomes us. And it was kind of a weird act they put on. Again, we weren't really sure what was going on. It was kind of cringy, actually. But then we went inside of the building. And, I mean, have any of you all gone to a winery before?
Yep.
No, but it's nice to hear that the wine fandom also has its cringe.
Well, no, it was pretty cringy. The guy who was doing was kind of dressed up weird. It was weird. So we went inside, and it was interesting because the folks we were with, it was a pretty, like, the group had a lot of variety in it. Like, one was German, one girl and her father were British. The other was the other folks were Americans, but they were like from like other parts of America. It was like, oh, it's a really neat group. And so we were following the guy around, and I think there was something wrong with his leg because he had a cane, and I was like, huh, okay. But I wasn't sure if he really needed it because he walked just fine, but he had a cane. It was really weird. And then we went to the section with the wine, and it was really weird because there was like this building looked like an indoor farm. Like, it was really weird how, like, there was like on the inside of this building there's like grass and trees and everything was growing, and the wine was falling down over this waterfall, and the German kid drank the wine and fell in, and he got sucked up into this tube, and then the Oompa Loompas came out and started singing a song. And
Saber, how much wine did you have?
did any of you see where I was going with this at the start?
The second you got to the wine waterfall, I had a good idea.
Wow.
You're like, this is fucking Willy Wonka.
Willy Wino and the.
I feel like Sarah just got it.
No, I'm sorry. I was paying attention to other things.
Sorry. No. No.
And then driving home, he got a golden ticket.
Yeah, from the officer. No, but Lauren and I just went in there, and it was just a quaint little building near a winery, a little like farm, and this lady near this little like bar area who would pull out these menus and said, and pulled out these glasses and cups of water to clean our palate, and she pours certain wines in and say, this is the type of wine, this is what it tastes like. And that's what I mean. Like, there's not a giant factory that I saw anywhere with like vats of wine or anything, or grapes for stomping.
Huh.
So long-winded joke with a very poor payoff, but I liked it.
I'm guessing the answer was no.
Yeah. So the answer,
Well, if you want to get right to the point.
or nah. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
No, that was a much better way to put it. Thank you.
How was your week?
Mine?
Yes, Grace. How was your week?
Yeah. How was your
Oh
week?
God. Jeez. Now I'm trying to remember. Sarah, what have we done the last 2 weeks?
We watched movies. I
Yeah.
did commission work. You
Nice.
We went to Disneyland for this past weekend, my cohort, Tommy from the Low Budgets, has officially as if it's ever been unofficial, but he proposed to his girlfriend.
Yay!
So she said no, but it's still good that he tried.
She said yes.
No, yeah, she said yes.
It was very
We
nice.
went out.
It was on the beach.
Yeah, we went out to the beach. This was on Sunday, and yeah, it was really nice weather, really warm. The water was great. Sarah got all the way up to her ankles in the water, so I mean, it's got to be good.
How scandalous.
Mm-hmm. And then I was doing a lot of boogie boarding. I still have marks, dude. I love this beach that we went to. It's near LAX. And so I'm watching.
It's in the flight path.
Well, yeah. So basically, you duck every time you hear a plane coming. Otherwise, you turn into one. And the or a duck. I don't know. Neither made sense.
I was about to say that's how Pixar cast its movie.
I should have ducked.
And then, but yeah, it was really nice weather. This was the kind of beach. Okay, JJ. This was the kind of
Abrams?
JJ the Jet Abrams. That's me.
Oh god.
But this was the kind of beach that had the waves that like really crashed hard, and I got hit by a wave so hard that it completely destroyed the boogie board that I was on.
Wow.
And I wasn't even like on it. I ducked down to avoid the wave, and it just swung me. And I'm really comfortable in the water, so the idea of like getting smacked around and everything underneath a wave isn't that big of a problem for me.
It's actually more of a turn on, if anything, for you.
Yeah. So it's. Thank you, Saber.
You're welcome.
And.
Got sent through the spin cycle, did you?
Shit. Yeah, I did. And but yeah, so the way it works, obviously Shayla didn't know. That's his now fiance's name. She didn't know, but everyone that was there was
In cahoots.
was in on it, and we went down at sunset and going, oh, we all got to take pictures, and we took a big group picture and then some couples pictures, and once Tommy was lined up for his couples picture with me, he got on one knee and asked me to marry him, and of course I said yes.
What? How could you?
Uh,
You made me a promise. You said you would wait.
well, I am still waiting. You didn't say I couldn't do more than once.
So disappointed in you.
Oh, yeah. So he got down on one knee, totally in Tommy style. He completely just improvised everything, and yeah, it was really cute. He made her cry in front of everybody.
Did he cry at all?
Wow, how horrible.
No, he was just laughing.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
That's how I would have put it. So yeah, so Tommy proposed, and then Sarah and I went out to Disneyland for literally like an hour and a half.
Yep.
We drove an hour
See,
to go to.
Nick and Judy.
No,
About
they
45 minutes.
fine. Here's your pen. And no, we did not see Judy and Nick. They were already in bed together.
Oh.
Oh, I saw a great Zootopia comic that made me go like, "Aw," where it had Nick and Judy like on this date. I guess it wasn't
Mhm.
officially a date, and like Judy was wearing like this nice like evening dress, and Nick was wearing this
Yep.
suit, and they were like having like their wine and everything, and Judy's even like saying like this date, yada yada. And
I'm
then,
sorry, this shouldn't be as funny as it is.
Saber, I
Was it
really
there?
want to hear. No, I really want to hear about this comic, but you were breaking up right there. I think you're back now.
now.
Yeah.
No,
No.
Not any better.
Wally, is that you?
Eve.
There you are. Now you're
Wally.
back. You're back.
Speaking of Wally, I have something about that later.
Eve. You all hear me?
Yeah, you're
Yes.
good now.
Yes, you're good.
No, it was cute because they were like there was like this couple, I guess, that was I guess racially pure as far as being a skunk and a skunk,
Yeah.
and they're like, ew, disgusting, like it's so wrong seeing like Nick and Judy together, and like Judy like grabs her wine glass, downs it, and just gives him this stink eye, and then gets on the table and just gives Nick a big old kiss on the lips, and was like, oh, fuck you guys. Stuff like that.
That's exactly how it went.
I don't know, like, verbatim, I can't remember, but then they
We
started
know the
fucking on
comic you're
table.
talking about.
Oh.
That was part two.
If I can find it, I'll link it.
Wait. What did you say? It was part 2?
Nick ate the skunks.
Oh. No. So yeah, this comic that you're talking about, it's the first Zootopia thing I think that I've actually liked on DeviantArt, as in like physically hit the like button on, because even though I've been collecting all this awesome Zootopia art, the thing is that I haven't been on DeviantArt, and I'm like, oh yeah, I need to see what's going on there, and I was like, oh, I got to save this. And I found out that same artist is also the one who drew a really nice picture of Judy and Nick hugging. And Judy doesn't have a shirt on, and I like it. So it's great.
Go to church.
All right, Paleo, how was your week?
Oh, it was good. I saw some movies and stuff, and I went around and tried to catch Pokemon, but then the servers went down and I couldn't catch Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, but while I was out that one day, and I went to a mall that had a lot of stops, and then the servers went down, so I just went around and looked around and went, I guess, shopping for stuff that I might want, and I saw this, and I immediately had to get it, and it's this Wall-E Lego set.
Yeah, it looked cool. I saw it on your Twitter.
Yeah, apparently it came out last year.
Nice.
I'm waiting for
So
my
impressive.
Zootopia Lego set. Oh. Saber, I thought it was funny.
Thank you. Thank you.
Matt,
I'm
how
proud.
was-
I'm proud of him. I don't know why Sarah's not proud of him. Sarah is a homophobe.
What? What are we
Hello?
talking about?
I love how I'm the only one on the same page as Saber right now.
Thank you.
I'm the only one.
What?
Y'all
Wait,
hear me?
what are you talking about?
Yeah, we can hear you. We just don't understand you.
I
Hello?
get you. I understand him perfectly. We hear you, Saber.
All right then, Matt. How was your week?
It's good. It's good.
It's good.
Yeah, what have
No.
you been up to?
Work, and more work. Got a case unconditionally dismissed.
Nice.
My clients
Oh.
were thrilled. Yeah, felony charges, all gone, like it never happened.
Good.
Wow.
Awesome.
And it's all on you. You were the mastermind behind the freedom.
Well, they helped with the facts a bit, but yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So it's not at all like Liar Liar.
I do feel from time to time compelled to tell people to stop breaking the law.
Asshole. Nice. Is that
Um,
everybody's week? Oh, Matt's still going.
No, I'm just thinking if there's anything else, and nothing really that would be of all that interest unless people want to hear a dissertation of law. Well, let's consult the chat. Who wants to hear me talk for
Is
the next
that
hour
is
and a
that
half?
thunder that I hear on Sabers? Is that
I
thunder?
think it might be.
No, it's just his air
It's just
conditioning.
driving sounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there an
driving
echo?
sounds during the
No,
rain.
no.
No,
we-
I'm guessing we're on speakerphone now.
Yeah, is it bad?
Yeah.
No.
You're quiet and there's a bit of background noise, but
I don't
Is
hear
it-
myself.
Is it better now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, I pulled the phone up to my mouth. Sorry.
you can take it out of your mouth a little bit. But
I'm sorry. I feel like I'm being super obnoxious. I'm sorry.
No, it's
No, yeah, bad. So is that everyone's week?
Yeah.
Did we do it?
Yeah.
Okay. So this will actually go decently quick. As far as news in the MLP world, I guess it was announced, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but it was announced that Equestria Girls has a new movie coming out.
Yep.
And I noticed that they had to conveniently put it on October 1st. And I'll tell you why this pisses me off.
please
They had to put the damn Equestria Girls movie less than a month before Halloween. Like, I know it's like right on the cusp of being a month, but I already know that because of things that are going to be happening that week or that month, as far as like my schedule and the racing schedule and all that, that it's going to be a really hard one to get out by Halloween. So I don't know if we're actually going to technically have a Halloween react this year. I'm probably still going to have.
Boo.
Shut up. I'm probably still going to have everyone dress up.
What?
Yeah, you heard me. And
Start
in,
wearing your costume now, Saber.
in a costume.
What are you gonna dress as, Race?
What do you
Cow.
think?
An excuse?
I thought that's what you were going as this year, Saber.
No.
Oh! Oh,
I already
wait.
used that
Then you
fucking
wouldn't be
joke.
dressing up! Oh!
I hate you.
Mwah.
You are my brother, Race. I love you.
No, I don't know. I have 2 Judy hats. Maybe I'll put one of them. Judy,
Of course, he means Zootopia related. I'm gonna be the hunter from Zootopia.
the hunter
The
from
hunter?
Oh, maybe I said too much about the sequel.
Zootopia. That'd be a really interesting synopsis.
It's like this hunter who's like, I'm gonna make you proud, Dad, and the camera pans up and it shows a picture of this hunter over this deer's head, and he's holding, and then over that picture is Bambi's mom's head, and it's like, oh my God, it's the son of the hunter from Bambi, and
It's
he's
come
now
full circle.
it's come full circle. That's actually a porno.
I thought that was come in a circle.
Okay, gross. All right, so how was church for y'all this week?
Huh? What?
Yeah,
was that?
no, you're good. So, as I was saying, Equestria Girls is going to be is this its 4th movie now?
Yep, fourth.
Holy shit!
Do they have a title
Um,
announced yet?
I think
Legends of
they.
Everfree.
Okay, so Is anyone else gonna get like super confused because there's like a Legends of Equestria, a Legends of Everfree? Both of them are gonna have the same acronyms. I think that's funny
Yeah, that's actually pretty funny.
because I saw LOE being referenced a lot, and I'm like, wow, that Legends of Equestria stuff's really taken off.
Hmm.
And then I realized it's not.
I'm sure everybody's just gonna say Equestria Girls rather than
That's-
Legends of Everfree.
Yeah.
Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yes.
Yeah. Hmm.
I Am Legend.
Legendary.
Yeah.
And then also, I know there was an announcement of some of the cast. Paleo, who was it that was announced
Oh, what? The cat? Oh, I
for
have
the-
no idea.
for the movie, man? For the movie,
Some singer.
some
Oh,
singer.
oh, for the movie.
It was
Yeah.
Izzy.
Izzy?
No, I'm joking.
LL Cool J.
Yeah. Let me look it up.
Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice. Weird Al
That'd be
making
awesome.
his stunning reappearance.
I would love
What,
that.
the movie?
Yeah, Cheese Sandwich is going to be in the movie. You didn't hear
It's
that?
the Beastie Boys.
You're just fucking with me.
Aren't two of them dead?
The Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
You know, whenever I think
Weren't
of the
there only
Beastie
two of them?
Boys, whenever I envision the Beastie Boys, all I think of is the guys from Jackass.
Oh God, the Wild Boys.
I guess. I don't know why. I just do. But yeah, so that's some of the stuff that's been coming out. Also,
Oh,
Hmm?
here we go. Emily Blunt is going to be in
Oh,
it.
jeez. Emily Blunt.
Huh.
Nice.
Sarah.
Who's that?
Sarah's
who is that?
impressed.
She's God, where is she from? She was in The Devil Wears Prada. She was in I can't remember any other movie. Like she was in The Muppets as a cameo.
Oh,
Yeah, apparently she was in The Edge of Tomorrow.
Yep. She's been in a few movies.
a very popular
I've
character
seen-
to bring in for an MLP movie.
Oh shush.
Devil Wears Prada. You know, just because we watch a show for little girls doesn't mean we like to watch a show for big girls too. Okay.
That's weird. That's lit. Stupid.
You know.
Oh, she was Naoko in The Wind Rises. That's how I
Yeah.
recognize her name.
And maybe she actually has a good voice and will bring an awesome character to life.
She does. She does have a good voice.
All right, cool. Let's see what happens.
Well, all right, there you go. Also,
Danny DeVito.
My Little what?
Danny DeVito's in the movie.
Is he?
Yeah,
In the original.
yeah, he actually was in the original.
Yeah.
So was Tabitha.
I am the trash man.
The
Sounds
other
like
thing
an
is that My Little Pony is coming back this weekend. So
It is?
yeah, isn't it?
Yeah, the 30th.
Yeah, and Patton Oswalt's gonna be. I know I've been fucking around this evening, but this is true. Apparently, Patton Oswalt is gonna be a guest voice actor in this
Yeah.
episode.
Yep.
I have seen that. Yeah.
That's cool. That's
Patton
really cool, you guys.
He's making his rounds as he always does.
Oh man, I could get free shipping if I buy this, but it's only $70.
You already shipped them though.
I shipped them hard.
Heh.
And now you'll do it for free.
All
Um,
right, what's the next thing on the discussion table?
okay, all right. So
What is Ray's buying?
I am actually looking at it's a Zootopia limited edition pin set.
Pin or pen?
PIN.
Gotcha.
You like stuttered there.
Who did?
It sounded like you're like.
I said PIN. I wasn't saying the word pen.
Oh. It's my 111.
P.I.N.
So I want to talk about movies. All right.
Oh, so do I.
Paleo, you're kind of the movie guru of the group. You do reviews on your channel.
Yeah.
What of the movies in the last month? Which ones have you seen?
I have seen The Secret Life of Pets, Ghostbusters, and Star Trek Beyond.
How was Star Trek?
It was pretty good. I mean, I kind of liked it better than the other two, mainly because
Really?
Yeah, because it felt more like an episodic, like Star Trek episode more than
Really?
the other two. Yeah,
Were the no, I won't ask for spoilers. Never mind. Okay, interesting.
It returned to being the Think Man's space exploration movie.
sorta. I mean, there's still like big action set pieces, but it felt a bit dialed back compared to the other
Well,
two new ones.
The trailer alluded to like this really crazy movie with like motorbikes and shit. So it's not
Yeah.
like off.
Yeah. It's not really like that. It's actually focused a lot more on the interactions between the characters, which was nice.
So the trailer is misleading then.
Yeah.
Interesting. Speaking of misleading trailers, I think you told me that Sausage Party has a high rating right now.
Yeah. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's
High rating.
Sausage Party?
Sausage
Yeah.
Party is that like Seth Rogen animated film adult movie with like the sausage, and it's like Toy Story meets Food Fight, and it's crude. And it's funny how folks are like, well, this looks like shit. And a lot of us were kind of thinking that, and we thought this is just a stupid movie that Seth's doing.
Yeah.
And the reviews, I guess, or people are starting to review it, and it's getting high ratings, which is kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting.
But
I'm
successful.
still not gonna see it.
Why not?
I do not care for that style of humor.
I'm with you. I don't really care for poop jokes either.
Yeah.
Are
I-
there jokes?
Saber, since when?
The highest form of comedy.
Fart.
Yeah. No, so sorry, I drank chocolate milk and now I'm starting to regret it. The okay, so Star Trek, Paleo, you said you enjoyed more than the other ones. But the other two movies that you talked about, Sarah and I saw the other night. So let's start with, what were your thoughts on Ghostbusters?
Oh, see, that's another movie I don't care for because of the poop jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Because because it's a shitty movie. I haven't seen it. I am sorry. I'm just giving you a hard time, Sarah. I
Boy,
haven't
speaking
seen-
of dad jokes, Saber.
Hey, I got mine out of the way. No,
Good.
I haven't seen the movie yet, so I'm interested to see what you all have to say because this has been quite the controversial topic. So go on.
Yeah, like I don't think the movie's bad, but like I just didn't think it was that great either. I'm really just kind of in the middle with it because like I feel like the movie does start off pretty strong, and then like I feel like if they had a better script, it would have been a lot better because I do really like the characters in the movie, especially Kristen Wiig.
Are you very familiar with the original?
I've seen it like a couple times.
So okay, so I don't think I've actually seen the original in its
Really?
full
Really?
capacity. Yeah, I kind of realized this while I was watching it because Sarah had to keep turning to me going, "That's one of the original Ghostbusters," and I was like, "Oh, cool." It's funny because I went into this movie not expecting much, and I actually really enjoyed it.
You're one of the few that's probably watching this movie with an untainted view of it.
No
I've-
kidding.
I've seen bits and pieces of the first and the second movie, but I kind of realized as we were going into the theater, like I don't think I've ever seen it all the way through. And yeah, usually I'm pretty big on like making sure I'll see like, oh, I want to see the original. I just kind of forgot, and
So
but
you
no,
must tell us.
I enjoyed it. I did. I thought, because I actually, when we went to the movies, we saw two movies, and I wasn't completely like high expectations for either of them. And after Ghostbusters, I was like, wow, that was a real pleasant surprise. So, yeah, I really, what it is I think the reason that I didn't have a lot of hope for this movie was I saw Bridesmaids, and that movie was totally not for me. Like, I thought like that was a try-hard, we're trying to be funny type of movie, and very little, if any, of their jokes worked for me.
I
And I
haven't
thought-
seen Bridesmaids.
Don't bother. I thought Ghostbusters was going to be just like that, where you have like, oh, we're all trying to be funny, And I actually, the two characters that I was most worried about doing that were actually the ones that were the most toned back. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I thought there was a really good balance of humor and what the movie's actually about. So I enjoyed it. I thought Holtzman was the best character.
Was your opinion of the movie, or going in, were you affected at all by the publicity the movie was getting and how people are like talking about different, how like, oh, it's a female cast, hence why it will ...
No, not the female cast. Maybe more on the marketing. I was kind of like, eh. Like I know that some of their commercials were like, "Oh, get over it" type of stuff, and I'm like, that's a really interesting way to go about getting an audience.
Mhm.
But no, like I also didn't pay a lot of attention to what was going on, kind of because I just didn't care. Like I understand there's, I don't know, I feel like there's that like stigma there where, oh my God, it's a all girl cast, but haven't we had movies like this? Like I feel like it's a bigger thing that it's a reboot that took all male characters and made them all female. Is that more of the issue?
Effectively, yeah. You had a good movie. Why are we remaking it? And just the perception was, why are we changing the cast to females? What is this going to add?
See, but you know what really worked for me too, from an outside perspective, was the fact that I recognized enough of the characters to know, like, oh yeah, hey, there's I guess spoiler alert. They have cameos and a lot of cameos from the originals. And it's like, to me, that's a really cool connection to the original because it kind of shows support from that original cast.
So
and I think that's cool.
So did the movie redo the original, or is this
No.
after the original?
This is an entirely new story.
Entirely new story.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
still like, it's as if the original Ghostbusters didn't happen, I guess, but it's an entirely different story. It's not like a retelling of the same story.
Well, right, because the cameos aren't like, it's not like when Bill Murray arrives, he's an old
Ghostbuster.
what they.
Your mic just cut out.
Good.
So yeah.
Spoilers. Yeah,
But
but no,
there's-
it's not a sequel. It's a reboot. It's a new version of the story. But I thought it worked. I enjoyed it, and it never. I felt like they did right was they didn't hammer too hard into the fact that, oh my gosh, we're 4 women in a lead role in a movie.
There was that
The
one.
mo-
There was
yeah.
that one scene with the when they were reading internet comments. I was like, okay, that's they probably added that in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, are you done, Jeffrey? Can I
go for it. Go for it.
So, first thing I want to say is that the advertising for this movie never did it any favors. Like, especially whoever the fuck's running their Twitter is a total, girls rule, boys drool type of person. And I feel like that was throwing a lot of fuel on the fire between, there's obviously kind of a separation between there's people that don't like this movie because, it's a remake and some people are even, they don't like it because it's all women cast.
Question.
Yeah.
What do you think of the idea of Sony and the Suits playing that card of like, oops, I dropped my phone, of like, hey, we realize this is rocking the boat, rocket some more, make some waves, get some attention, play that card. Do you feel that's possibly a strategy that was used?
If it's a strategy, it's not working.
Because
it's not doing them any favors.
Like there's a person who goes to see a movie saying, "Oh, it's a good movie," versus people saying, "We don't care if you like it or not, just go see it and spend money." Do you see where I'm coming from, maybe, or like do you think that sold tickets because of the Twitter account possibly playing that angle? I'm not trying to
maybe
play devil's
I don't know.
advocate. I'm just curious.
But like I saw yesterday, like they posted something like, "Oh, boom, we broke box off or something," and then also the glass ceiling, yeah. And they also posted like a "We're with her" for Hillary Clinton. I'm like, this is interesting.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like,
that's pretty political of them.
yeah. I'm just like, ugh. Yeah. So advertisements never did this movie any favors, and it's, you know, I think when people see those kinds of ads and stuff on Twitter or in the trailers, they think that's what the movie is going to be like 100% of the time, but actually none of that, except for that one scene with the YouTube comments, none of that's in the movie, actually. Like, it's never like, yeah, women rule and boys drool. That kind
See,
of.
but I thought DJ YouTube did pretty good.
What?
What? Okay. So yeah.
Wait.
Sorry, go on, Baylor.
I was gonna ask Race. Was your favorite?
Oh, my favorite Ghostbuster?
Yeah.
Holtzman.
Holtzman.
Oh, okay.
She stole the show.
Oh, she's my queen.
Everybody says that, but I don't see it.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez, are you sexist?
No, I mean I just like the other ones more.
I'm joking.
For me, it was her. Like, she had the quirkiness, and I felt like she had the right level of like strangeness. I don't know. Like, she really. I don't know. Her character was one of those people that you're like, I've met someone like this before. They're really weird, and you don't know if you're really annoyed or really amused. If you're on the right
I'm
side of the
wondering
person.
which person you're talking about in your real life.
So Saber Spark, he's weird.
Yeah. So I liked the movie. I've kind of always wanted to see it, even despite the questionable advertising and stuff like that. I've always just wanted to give it a chance, and I don't regret it because I enjoyed it, and I love Holtzman the best.
There's one funny thing that I saw posted on Twitter, where I guess like there was a magazine article or something on the Ghostbusters, and they had a picture of the 4 Ghostbusters, and then Hemsworth was in there because he's the highest supporting cast, and he's for some reason Hemsworth is front and center, and I can understand from the view of like making something symmetrical, or okay, we'll have the 2 Ghostbusters to the side and then we'll put him in the middle, but like they were making the point about how he's like front and center in front of them, and I'm like, that is kind of funny for all this movie's trying to do in their advertising. That like undoes it. It's just the thing is, it's like, this kind of issues, like, I don't know. I do feel that a lot of the feminism behind this movie, and specifically what I'm talking about is in the advertising, like Sarah's talking about, has turned people away. And it's kind of unfortunate because this movie is a pretty good quality film that I think could have done a lot better had it been marketed right. But I feel like too many people.
How is it doing currently financially? I don't even know where it is.
It right now it's at worldwide 130 million, domestic it's 94 million, but it has not made its budget back.
And
really?
And it's losing a lot of theaters.
And giving into considering the advertising, its budget would probably go up to like 400 million because there's a ton of advertising for it.
Oh shit! So do you really think people are just now? How much of it do you feel that, like, I mean, I haven't seen it, and the reason why I have not seen it is I really have never been a fan of Ghostbusters ever.
Neither have I.
And I don't really go to the movies too often to begin with. Like the last movie I saw in theaters was, oh god, what was it? I don't want to say Finding Dory. I think I saw something even after that. Finding Dory is the one I can only recall.
Did you see Independence Day?
No, I did not.
Good. It's terrible.
I wanted. But
Come on, it's the right kind of terrible, right?
No.
See, I'd rather watch that on like Super Chillin' or something.
You probably saw Hillary's America: The Secret History of the Democratic Party.
Oh man, that was awesome. I like the scene where Bill Clinton puts on his lizard skin. No, I
called him Amos Moses.
Just I don't know. I have a desire, and then as far as the publicity goes, it's not like I'm withholding my support of an all-female cast or something, I just don't really care. It's like, you know,
Yeah.
I just don't really care in general about anything. It's not like, wow, you're a sexist, or do you not care about female entertainment? It's like, no, it's not that. I just really don't care, period.
I don't
Because-
think it's smart to pin people up against a wall like some were doing, where it's like, if you support women or women's rights or anything like that, then you should go see this movie. Because that's not what these movies are about. And I'm like,
Lauren Faust was kind of doing that.
Yeah, I was a
ago.
little bit disappointed with her, and I was like, because Lauren, I love her, and Lord knows my spaghetti drops like an Olive Garden when I'm around her. but when she was tweeting that, I was just kind of scratching my thing, like, this is a bit aggressive, Lauren. It's a bit aggressive, and I understand, like, it's always about putting yourself in their shoes, and this is a woman who has fought hard.
Yeah,
to
she's
see
been
female
through.
entertainment progress.
She's been through it firsthand, how hard it can be.
Well, and it's this thing where I forget who I was talking to. I forget, but like, I'm a white male. All right, I'm not a female. I'm not, African American or Asian.
He's come out.
I'm a white male, suburban Christian Judeo. I feel offended.
Okay.
It's okay, Saber. We're with you.
I'm not even suburban. I'm offended.
I've had so much catered to me, and I will never know what it's like to have the majority of mainstream entertainment not be catered towards me. Like, but at the same time, it doesn't mean like I'm gonna be like, wow, I can't believe this character wasn't white. This sucks. Like, look at Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Mm-hmm.
The main was a black dude and then a girl, and it's like that didn't make me feel like, well, the movie's ruined. I don't give a shit. Make them good characters. Make them good characters. All I ask.
Yeah,
If
no,
you're gonna
it
all-female
is.
cast, make them awesome. That's all I care about.
Well, it's funny because, like, the whole argument that, like, you were just talking about, where people are like, oh, if only we could have a female lead role in a movie that is successful. And like you just said, Star Wars, I think, did pretty decent.
Extremely.
Zootopia did pretty decent.
Finding Dory.
Finding Dory did
There's
pretty
actually
decent.
quite a few movies coming out like this year alone that are like, you know, female led or like co-led. There's gonna be Moana.
Yeah,
I'm
and the thing
excited
is,
for that one.
none of these movies have been advertised in a way of like,
Wonder
do you
Woman's
hate-
finally coming.
dude, that
Oh,
looks-
yeah, this comes
that
out
looks
next year.
really good.
Finally, God, I've been working on that for years. Jesus.
No, but seriously, it's not like any of these movies are taking this angle of like, do you hate the establishment? Do you hate white cisgender scumbuckets? It's like, they're not Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
So I'm gonna say it.
Right.
Somebody at Tumblr was marketing this movie, and we see what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what?
Triggered.
You know what movie has baffled me
What's that?
as to why it's doing actually pretty well?
Oh my
this
God.
summer?
What movie?
You know what movie I'm talking about?
If it's the movie that I think you're gonna say, let's hear it. What do you think?
The Legend of Tarzan.
No, but that was a huge surprise.
What?
Yeah, like, what the hell?
That movie.
Why are people going to see this movie? I heard it wasn't that great.
You know what I heard is that the demographics actually like shifted really to older people, and I guess older people like their Tarzan.
Yeah.
guy.
Phil Collins saw the movie 300 million times.
That movie
And
actually.
also, from what I've heard of people that go to see this movie, like, the Tarzan is shirtless a lot, and apparently there's a lot of like young adult or teen girls going to see this movie, and I'm like, oh.
Well,
Oh.
yeah, like I said, it's skewing older young girls.
If this spins off to where like they somehow make a Twilight series version of Tarzan, I'm gonna scream.
Oh my god.
He's all glittery.
Tarzan.
No, what?
Meet
The-
Tarzan,
the thing-
he werewolf.
The thing is that a lot of people expected that movie to do terrible,
Yeah.
and it's so funny that it didn't. Everyone's like, "What?
Yeah.
What's happening?" You know what movie that I thought you were talking about, Paleo?
What?
And I'd like this to be our segue into our next movie discussion:
The Secret Life of Pets.
I say
The Secret Life of Pets.
Wait, you're
What were-
surprised
what were-
it's doing well?
I'll explain, but what were your thoughts on that movie? And I apologize because I'm wording this in a way like I didn't watch your reviews, but I'm saying it more so for the people watching to.
You didn't watch this review.
I'm going to just
Exactly.
pretend like I understood what you said, Saber.
Mhm.
Okay, well, yeah. I said in my review that it's pretty much like a lot of people have said, it's Toy Story for pets. But I feel like it's something refreshing that I needed. I didn't need like a very epic animated story after, like, especially Finding Dory and Zootopia, and then to have this, I'm like, oh, this is nice. It's just kind of a basic story. I mean, there's some things I don't like about it, like some jokes are like pretty bad, but there's also some jokes that are really good, like the joke about the wolf, which is a wolf.
Oh.
Mm.
That was one of
the wolf
one
is
of
in the Twilight Bark.
no, that was
Yeah.
one of my 2 chuckles.
Yeah.
I think that one got a chuckle out of me. Okay, so I
think
have to
might
ask
have
this.
also- I might have also liked this movie a lot more because, first of all, I missed the Minions short.
Oh,
So-
Yeah, no,
Good.
that
Might have
helped.
been more-
That helped. Trust me, that helped. Holy shit.
But is the
That-
Minions
that
short
good,
that
huh?
bad?
it's
so
that bad.
It's so unamusing. I was like,
Because I caught like the tail end of it. And I'm like, I'm so glad we missed
the
this.
It
tail
was-
end of it is it for like 6 to 8 minutes. It's just this. I'm like, this is okay. Why?
It was a horrible introduction.
Now, Paleo, can I guess? Because you were about to go into the second reason you think you enjoyed it. Can I guess what the second reason was?
Yes.
Who you saw it with?
Yeah, I saw it with Jack's Hero and our good friend Jim.
Yeah. Now,
So,
I
while we were
think
at BronyCon.
so. Do you think that helped your movie going experience?
Yeah, a bit. Though I was kind of looking forward to this movie just because I thought it was kind of cute. So.
Okay. So, everyone, buckle up. I'll be honest. When I first
I'm buckled
saw,
up.
Keep
Did
it
you
that
just
way.
put on your seatbelt?
No,
Good
just a
boy.
reminder. Okay,
it's
so
actually my gun.
Oh.
Thank God. For those, okay, ever since the teaser came out for this movie, I was actually looking forward to it. And it's funny because Sarah and I had very different views on this movie. Like, I kept asking her, like, you're going to see that, right? And she's like, no. It just doesn't look interesting. Once the trailers started coming out, I started losing some hope, but I was still like, I want to see it. I think. I do. I think. But the second that bunny pooped on my movie theater screen, all my hope for this damn movie went out the window. And unfortunately, it stayed out the window. We saw it, and I was like, okay. As many people may know, I'm a huge fan of Zootopia. All right?
And
It's
Judy
an
does not poop in that movie.
Judy does not poop in that movie.
Although she did fall into a toilet.
She did. The thing is that I went into this movie with the same mindset that I went in with Finding Dory. Basically, and Saber, I remember talking to you before I saw Finding Dory, and you stated it perfectly, where I'm going to sit down, I'm going to look at the theater, and I'm going to say, okay, movie, amuse me. You know, like, let's see what you got. And I walked out of Finding Dory, nodding my head going, I enjoyed that. That was a fun movie, a really good sequel, Finding Dory. Okay. I went in with the same mindset, and I'm glad that I had the Finding Dory experience because I would be sitting here right now going, well, maybe it's just because Zootopia was so good that's why I didn't like it. No. Secret Life of Pets. At one point, okay, Paleo, during the sausage scene,
Oh,
which
yeah.
I think wanted to be a musical, but just kind of forgot.
It reminded me of like this sequence in The Simpsons where Homer is just imagining this chocolate town.
Sarah and I turned to each other during the scene, and this is about for reference for people. This is about probably what would you say 2/3 mark? Yeah, 2/3 into the movie. we look at each other and just go, what the fuck is going on? Not just for the specific scene, but with the whole movie. I'm like, what? I kind of wanted to enjoy this. And I just was, what was it?
Was this
Like-
before or after the bunny pooped?
This was after, I think.
Yes, yeah.
During.
This was why. and the thing is that like I don't know. This movie did not make me laugh. The problem with this movie, and I heard about this going into
Holy shit! This guy just spun out.
it. Hit him.
Oh, I think he hit something because he turned left and right like jerking. Holy shit! Now he's like
Off.
speeding off at like 90 miles an hour. That's creepy.
Hooray, hit and run.
He probably hit somebody.
Oh,
But back to the Secret Life of Pets. This all
That's
the good
weird.
stuff of this
Hopefully
movie,
everything's fine, Saber.
all the good stuff in this movie were in the trailers, in my opinion. I feel like, I don't know, it's just they had the first trailer, or I should say the teaser trailer and the trailers, they were basically the first 10 minutes of the movie chopped down to a 3-minute teaser.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, you're sitting there going, okay, we saw all of this, to the point where at this point it wasn't
You
even
saw
like,
all of that like 30 times.
I've seen this opening of this movie 27 times. And by the
Every
time that I
we
got
went
to
to go
this
see
movie,
Good boy,
Zootopia.
Leonard.
and yeah, I mean, I even enjoyed the whole Leonard bit up until like, you know, the 16th time, but I wasn't complaining.
Good boy, Leonard.
Sarah
you
can
were
remember. I
enjoying that.
loved that. I loved that when it came out on the teasers. But this movie, I just didn't find it funny. I didn't find the story. I think, Haley, I'm gonna say it. I think it's an insult to compare this movie to Toy Story. Straight up.
I did. Oh,
Oh no, I'm not saying like that straight to you. You brought up the Toy Story comparison, and I've heard a lot of people. It's
people
like they took the shell of, hey, remember how that Toy Story movie did this? But they took that shell. I mean, I guess that's as far as that comparison I guess you go. But I feel like to say it's a Toy Story with pets is completely insulting Toy Story. This movie, I just felt like the story fell on its face. I felt like the humor wasn't that great at all. I don't think I laughed at, like, I got a lot more laughs out of Zootopia and Finding Dory. And Zootopia is kind of, as we know, I don't even want to group it because I think it's an unfair comparison. But Finding Dory got me laughing at multiple points. And I didn't.
yeah, I definitely
none
agree
of-
with that. Like Finding Dory, as far as like the animated movies that come out this year, like Finding Dory is definitely number 2.
Yeah, it's I don't know, like, I don't know. It just I thought I was gonna enjoy this movie a lot more than I did, and I found myself not enjoying it at all. And it made me leave the theater pissed off that this movie's right now tracking with higher than Inside Out is. That pisses me off. This movie
Wait, it's doing what?
this movie right now domestically in the box office might beat Zootopia. And I'm
Why?
like, you know why?
Domestically?
This is yeah, domestically. I'll explain exactly why. Illuminations has proven something to me, and I hope a lot of people learn it by the time Sing comes out later this year, is that they are masters at marketing.
Yep.
Not so much at movie like I think that their best movie was Despicable Me.
They even
Yes.
had
The
a
first
fucking
one?
ad for Sing. Like, the movie poster inside the movie at one point. Inside of Secret Life of Pets, it was like on the back of a bus, like, you know how normal advertisements work. And I'm like,
Sharp
Did they
eyes,
just-
Sarah.
did they just... No, you can plainly see it. They show it twice, and it's like
No,
right in front
it's
of your
Sell
fucking
out,
face.
boys.
It's
And I'm just
not-
like,
it's not
Did
it's
they
not
just
a
advertise their next movie?
like I it's it's not an Easter egg. It's literally like they took like 10 seconds out of the movie to be like, oh, don't forget we have a movie coming out in a few months. It's I don't know. I just their marketing was brilliant for this movie, and it tears me apart, Linda, that this movie did not hold up to its marketing, and I'm just calling it now. It might end up hurting Sing, except the fact that I see enough pet lovers seeing this movie going, oh
Yeah,
my God,
that's the reason it's doing so well, because people absolutely love their pets.
Yeah.
and I don't even think it did that good with the pet stuff. Personally, it made
I
me
feel like
hate
it
cats.
it did it well in the beginning, but like
And at the end,
as the
the
movie
beginning
went
and
on.
the end.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. Once they left the apartment, which was, in an hour and 40-minute movie, it was an hour and a half worth of movie. It was just like garbage. I didn't expect to be this pissed off at this movie.
Wow.
You don't think you're biased because it's Zootopia?
No, like I said, I feel like my reaction to Finding Dory would have been similar if it had anything to do with bias. That's why I'm glad I saw Finding Dory before this movie, because if I saw it reverse, I would have felt like, but maybe Zootopia is affecting how I'm looking at this movie. But I went in with the same mindset that I did with Finding Dory, where I went, all right, the ball's in your court now, Finding Dory. Impress me. And I was impressed. I actually was like, this movie was good.
You are right. They are masters of advertising.
They are.
And marketing. You are absolutely right.
They are, and I just it drives me nuts because way back when the thing that I think, because I broke down laughing during this movie, not to the scale of G3, but Sarah and I just looked at each other and started laughing because we had no idea what the hell we were sitting in.
Yeah.
Besides a pile of shit.
Yeah, like he looked at me and he's like, "What is going on?" And I'm like, "I don't know, but I am not enjoying it." And we laughed until we were crying. And I'm sure the people in front of us were just like, "What the fuck are they laughing at?"
And the thing is like a lot of their jokes, like a good comparison, right? For those who haven't seen Zootopia yet, joke's on you. But they have a really good end joke before they get to the concert scene, which starts the credits. A really good joke that every time I saw the movie had people laughing out loud.
They lay a brick.
Secret
way
Life of
early in the
Pets.
movie.
Yeah, they do.
Secret Life of Pets had kind of a similar, like, oh, we're gonna make
Instead
a
of
funny at the
laying
end.
a brick, they shit a brick.
They shit a brick. They had kind of a similar, like, we're gonna have an end joke, and their end joke, nobody in the theater even chuckled.
I completely forgot what it was.
So did I. I just remember it was there, and I specifically was like, there's crickets.
It was so
Nobody's
bad
laughing.
you
Crickets.
blocked it out of your memory.
And the thing is that the movie wasn't getting a response for. I think I heard people chuckling a couple times. There weren't getting laughs, and this is the type of movie that should have the laughs. It's set up for that, and Paleo. One thing I hear a lot of people talk about this movie, and I'd like your input on this, is where they reference how this movie tried to have like those heartfelt scenes, like a Pixar.
Yeah, they did, and it didn't really hit like Pixar does.
No,
like not at all.
They had such like this. I feel like the setup shouldn't even have made them have to try that hard to make people go, "Oh, that's so sad."
Yeah,
and I just kind of went, "Oh, okay." The delivery on so much, whether it was the jokes or their attempts at being heartfelt, I was like, wow. And I didn't realize I was going to rant this much about this movie, but
yeah, I feel like you're being
Carry on, you're
too
doing
hard
well.
on it.
no,
Like I mean,
I am not.
Not. As far as like animated movies, because I try to see all the animated movies that release in theaters each year, and this is by far not the worst I've seen.
What is the worst you've seen this year?
Norm of the North.
Norm of the North. Holy shit!
No, see, Norm of the North doesn't count because everyone knew that movie was going to be. There was never an ounce of hope. That's why I think I'm mad, is because this movie had the potential to be a good movie.
You know
Norm
what
of the
had
North
potential?
didn't.
You know what had potential? Home. But holy shit, is it bad?
I enjoyed Home more than I enjoyed The Secret Life of Pets.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
Wow.
I did. I thought they did better with the emotional stuff, and that's how bad the emotional stuff was in Secret Life of Pets.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I probably laughed as much in both movies, but I felt at least Home kind of made me care a little bit, just a little bit. This movie, I was just like, Jesus Christ, get home.
Yeah.
So Paleo,
I'm gonna end this rant of Jeffrey's. I'm gonna put my 2 cents in. I knew it was gonna be bad. It was bad, and I don't want to watch it again. I did not enjoy it.
I feel
was
compelled
bored.
to ask Paleo.
Nope, didn't like it.
Okay.
No, sir.
Watching all the movies that you do, what is the worst of the best so far?
The
What?
worst is
Because-
the best.
Yeah, because Norm of the North, as you said, apparently is complete.
It's the
shit.
worst of the worst.
It's kind of a weird question. Worst
So,
of the
Yeah.
best.
out of all the movies that are decent, what's been the worst of them?
Oh,
Weird.
that's like asking like which one was meh.
Well, how about this? How about which
I
one?
understand best of the worst, but not worst of the best. That's
How,
weird.
how about this? How about which one had the most potential but failed to deliver that you've seen?
Crap. Animated movies or just movies in general?
Mm,
This year?
No, this
yeah.
century.
You're right.
This is a weird question.
I'm just trying to help.
Yeah, let me.
Like-
let me.
he's
Figured I'd
pulling
throw it out there.
catalog.
If there is no
I'm
answer.
trying to think of a movie where I like had really like. Okay, I was talking to Laura about this.
Oh, you know what? Freaking Warcraft
Mm.
could have been so much better.
I was gonna say Jungle Book.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because Laura and I are talking about how like Jungle Book is a movie that's quite frustrating, and Bailey, you talked about this too. We all have, Jim, and Tom, and you, where like it visually looks amazing, and how the animals look so accurate to like real life animals, and just the surroundings of the forest, and you're like, wow, some people put some real effort to make this movie look fantastic.
Yeah.
Like you cannot deny this movie looks amazing. It's just the execution is lacking. The little boy, he's always little stupid screams, and and just how like these different voice actors for the characters that we've grown up to know and love, and then it's like, why is Christopher Walken doing like this half-ass song? It's like, sing or don't sing. I can't do both. And I mean, I'm all for a new creative interpretation of something. I watched Charlie and the Chocolate Factory a few weeks ago, and I thought, that wasn't that bad. I actually enjoyed that.
Sorry, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the Johnny Depp version?
Yes, I saw that on Netflix, and I thought it wasn't half bad.
It's not as bad as
It's
yeah.
not as bad as
it gets
some
better
people
with
might.
Wonderland.
it gets better with time. I remembered seeing it in theaters, and I was kind of creeped out. And then
For good reason.
for
Yeah.
more viewings, I'm like, okay, I'm kind of wondering. I could be wrong, but I'm wondering if Alice in Wonderland is going to have the same effect, because I haven't seen that movie in a long time either.
I saw Alice in Wonderland, of course, the animated film, and then I remember seeing the first Alice in Wonderland, the cinematic one, and I thought, this is garbage. Like, I really don't like this film. First off, it's not Alice in Wonderland. It's Johnny Depp in Wonderland. Next,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's and then I'm gonna actually reinforce that. There's a really bad habit of making Johnny Depp the main character, and it's like,
Yeah.
this is kind of embarrassing. That
Mhm.
happened with the Lone Ranger. Come on, guys! Like, we get it. He's in the movie, but stop it. Like,
I actually really enjoyed The Lone Ranger.
yeah, you mentioned that. That's what I was talking to Laura about that today too, about how like what's your guilty pleasure movie? What's a movie that you think that most people would say, oh, that was garbage, or I didn't like that, or was it
Independence
critically
Day.
acclaimed? Okay,
The first one?
The first one.
I thought the first one.
that's a popular answer though. A lot of people, it's
Yeah.
almost, like hotly debated. All right.
Wow, way to make me feel guilty, guys.
It's like
If
Roland
I
Emmerich's
turn
only.
it on TV, it's staying on.
It's like Roland
agree.
Emmerich's only good movie.
I like it. It's super corny and cheesy, but for the right reasons.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, is there anything else that we want
Well-
to talk about?
I want to ask you that question. What's your guilty pleasure movies, guys?
Oh,
A troll in Central Park
You're kidding.
You for real?
as a kid.
Really?
For some reason, we watched that movie a lot as a kid. There's a lot of movies I watched a lot as a kid, but I just remember, like, I was like, at one point, I'm like, I wonder if it would be pretty cool to be the pig boy mixture thing, and there would be like a club of us, and we'd all like go out and
What the
do
fuck?
bad stuff.
What?
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Have you seen A Troll in Central Park?
Not recently enough, apparently.
Oh, so apparently it left its mark on me.
yeah.
Mine is going to be Nacho Libres and Napoleon Dynamite. I could watch those movies.
I don't think Napoleon Dynamite's a bad movie though.
That's the thing. When it came out, I remember it being really popular. People being like, "Wow, this is so great," because the movie did great financially, considering how it cost like nothing to make, and it was just such a weird movie that people are like, "Wow, it's Napoleon Dynamite," ooh. And people loved it. And then like a month later, a lot of classmates and students at my school are like, "What garbage! This movie sucks." Like,
Oh, that's
what happened.
just the kids being kids thing.
Yeah.
No, I think Lone Ranger would have to be mine in the sense that like I'm very unapologetic about liking that movie. Obviously, I'm talking about it here, but I don't know, that movie was hammered and maybe on a critic basis, some of it was deserved, but I think that movie got a lot worse of a rap than it deserved.
Huh. What about you, Sarah
That's-
and Paleo and Matt?
I guess the first things come into mind, like the entire Tinkerbell movie series.
I was gonna say that.
Nice.
Yeah. Like
For
they're
both of
not
you?
bad though. Like
They're really not bad.
they're cute and I love them and I watch them all the time.
I love cats.
I also like
Every
the Jurassic Park
time-
sequels, though people say they're bad, but I don't really get why people say that.
I don't get it either.
Can I?
They aren't that bad.
Yeah. Can I post links? Does that work for me?
I can
Post.
you.
Post. No, you don't need to. Can you
Okay.
post that link and I'm gonna explain to the chat why?
Okay. 10 days one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
All right, so I got an explanation here for everybody that's hanging out. So, sorry to segue this, I'll make it quick. But for Zootopia, there's a kind of an Equestria Daily for Zootopia. It's called the Zootopia News Network. And they're putting together this big card, essentially, for the team that made Zootopia.
Mhm.
And they're looking for people to submit, like, a thank you letter. It could be really short. It could be really long. It could be typed. It could be written. All the explanations in this link that Sarah just posted. But yeah, it's a cool thing, and they're looking for as many submissions as they can get. So if you enjoyed the movie and you'd like to submit a card of some sort, like I said, I'm going to type out my letter here after the show, but it's going to be long-winded. I have a lot of things I need them to know.
Can I submit complaints to it?
Yeah, sure.
Sure, why not? Just
Sweet.
thank them for it first.
What have you
Thanks
done
for
to my
nothing.
friend? Thanks for destroying my friend. So yeah, so that's that link, and then the other link is posted there for the Q&A, which we'll hit up in just about the next minute or so.
Yep. So send in your questions.
Yeah. So are you guys ready to hit up some of the questions that have already been sent in?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see here. I am refreshing the tweet.
I will BRB real quick.
All right, while he burbs, I'm gonna scroll down and find the first question. Gonna give a shout out to Greenleaf, who posted that he's playing Fallout New Vegas and listening to the podcast.
Nice. And Nathan, he posted food.
He did.
Yep, he's got those
He got his
silly
act together.
string cheese thingies.
So this is interesting. Saber, you're still there, right?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so you didn't go to the bathroom or anything.
Sorry. I put my phone down for a second. What's up?
No, you're fine. Okay, so Ozzyall has a question here. And I guess this is like semi-spoiler, maybe? I don't actually know what he's talking about. I avoid announcements for episodes, but he says, thoughts on season 6 that they're actually making derby cars. Do you know anything about this?
Oh yeah.
No.
Mhm.
No idea.
So there's a Demolition Derby episode coming out?
Uh,
Wouldn't that mean like the ponies die? How does
it's
this work?
more like soapbox derby type of stuff. Alec Greer
Oh.
linked me to it. Yeah.
I got really excited.
That's what it at least looks like to me. It looks like soapbox derby type of thing.
Give him time. We'll see.
Ozzy has another question here, and this is kind of funny because this is something that's happened since our last show. She asks, or excuse me, Ozzyall asks if
Ozzy's a girl now.
if we've seen. I'm just gonna read this how it's written. Have you seen Melania Trump used Twilight Sparkle as a speech?
Okay, well,
heard
she
about
didn't. She didn't, though. Somebody who defended her did. Saying, like, see, you can just get anything off the internet if you, like, look up whatever speech. So he used a quote from Twilight Sparkle, like, to prove, you can find anything on the internet that matches parts of her speech.
That's funny.
So, yeah.
Gotcha.
So she herself did not quote Twilight Sparkle.
However, technically she did.
I'm just gonna make an observation that has really come to light in recent weeks. There's a lot of Democrats who work on My Little Pony.
Yeah, it's almost like it's made in the entertainment industry, which tends to be very liberal-minded.
Yeah, you think?
I think you cracked the code.
Oh my
By
god!
the way,
And it's animated in Canada.
It's even more liberal. No, what's funny to me is that just talking about quote-unquote plagiarism and stuff like that, I saw a post on my Twitter. I forgot who posted it. I think it was Monty. It was a little screen cap with this caption that said, like, be kind to one another. And the person who said it was Ellen DeGeneres. And I kind of laughed. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure Ellen wasn't the first person to say it. pretty sure. I think the Bible said that, as a matter of fact. And even probably folks have been saying it before that, too. Be kind to one another.
In Land Before Time, I distinctly remember them saying something.
Exactly. Fourth Petrie.
Step on a back and you crack. Damn it.
Step on the back and your mother dies to a T-Rex.
Ozzy has another question here where he's asking thoughts on DreamWorks. And
Making a Shrek 5.
Yeah, they're making a Shrek 5.
They were bought by
It's never ogre.
Yeah. There's Paleo's dad joke for the episode.
There it is. No, they were purchased by, I believe, wasn't it Comcast not too long ago?
Maybe? Yeah.
Oh,
I think so.
that's right. We were talking about something like this.
Katzenberg sold his company. It belongs to somebody else now. And people were wondering if now that the DreamWorks has been purchased by this other company, that the company is going to crack their knuckles and go, okay, let's go ahead and get this going and get a Shrek 5 out there just to go ahead and make some money. And that's like to DreamWorks, like Shrek is the equivalent of Ice Age to Blue Sky, and I guess
Minions
Toy
to
Story
Illumination.
Yeah, well, Minions to Illumination. There you go. Like where you get your bread and butter property. What's that?
Toy Story to Pixar, he said.
Yeah, Toy Story to Pixar.
You know, I'll give it a shot. If they can do it well, great.
I don't even know if I've seen the fourth movie.
Shrek has become a joke, though. That's the thing.
I haven't seen the fourth movie.
It's become a big old joke, and I don't care about seeing it in theaters. I'll watch it online maybe, but I'm not going to go to the theaters yet. I don't care.
Okay, so
Too crazy.
we're going to acknowledge Francine. Drummer Shy has a question here asking, what is your opinion about horse fame and fandom drama?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I think Saber and I are on a very similar wavelength, especially about the term horse fame. We think it's stupid.
It's funny because I was talking to Paleo about some of this earlier this week. The way Paleo said that he feels like it can be compared to is like these big video game or VidCons with YouTubers, where like, can you all hear me okay?
Yeah.
Where you go to VidCon or something like that. I've never personally been to a YouTube convention, so I cannot say for certainty, but it seems that heard through the grapevine that a lot of these cons, you have these people who go there stroking their egos really hard, like, oh, I do this, I do that, oh, it's that guy, oh, you want to join this party, you gotta have over 1 million subscribers, blah 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 blah. And like, we live in this interesting day and age where, thanks to the internet, which is one of the greatest inventions ever made for the average person.
It's a wonderful series of tubes.
No, it's not a big truck, all right?
You can't just dump something on it.
Exactly. Well, actually, I need to look at my phone and see. Okay, 3.3 miles. Okay, cool. I turn onto I-75. Okay, I'm
Left to right, Max.
left,
Left to right.
under your thumb. So, like,
The
when it
perfect
comes
chaos.
to the internet, it opens a new world to the just average Joe, a world where there's a good chance he never would have experienced. And one of those things is, quote unquote, being famous. And to them, it's their chance to, like, here's my work, and I have people appreciate it. And this is something I never would have had the chance to do without this. Like, your chances of you becoming a famous author or a celebrity or an actor or whatever, very slim. But the internet kind of leveled the playing field in a lot of ways, where you might have made an amazing animation and go to a convention and with a bunch of people who are like, hey, he made that or she made that really awesome Star Wars animation, awesome work, can I get your autograph? Or you're an amazing artist who draws incredible, like, commission pictures, can I get your autograph or buy a commission or whatever? And it's amazing in that way, where you have a chance to run with that and grow with it and see where it takes you. But when it comes to humans in general, it's always like a catch-22, or you gotta look on the other side of the coin, and you'll have people who go into that wanting to be praised. Like, it's not in the sense of like, I'm going to make this work and see how it goes. It's more like, I'm going to make this work in order to achieve fans. And
Notice me.
exactly. And that's, perfectly honest, it's pretty easy to spot a person out who has that agenda, because it's not organic, it's not genuine, and then you can tell that a person's, they're out to get something.
Mm-hmm.
So that all being said, horse fame is just a silly term to describe people who have notoriety or some kind of following in this fandom, and the word horse fame could even be applied to other fandoms, in the sense that I'm sure that in the YouTube conventions there's their version of horse fame, and when it comes to furry conventions there's probably their version of horse fame.
Excuse me, it's called Popufur.
Shut the
Oh god.
No,
I
no,
like that
and
you know
don't-
that, Paleo.
Well, they also, I mean, also at, like, you know, you go to, like, sometimes they have the stripper conventions and you have horse fame.
dude, you can go.
Wow.
There was races, Dad joke.
No. You can go to, like, the Republican or Democrat national convention, and I guarantee there are going to be people there who are like, wow, it's that guy, or it's dot.
It's Alex Jones.
Exactly. No, not even an exaggeration. That's the truth. There are people like that, and I'm sure there are others who are like, you know, they'll see that person getting autographs, and this person would grumble. I've done this. Why aren't I getting attention? Or whatever. It's just it's human nature to feel this way, but it's also something you should be in control of, be a good steward of. So, that all being said, and no one part of the question. I'm sorry, I'm hogging the conversation. I've been thinking a lot about it. I know one part of the question was horse fame. What you think about it? What was the other part of it?
He was
Fandom
asking
drama.
about opinion on fandom drama.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Deal with it. Move on. Next step.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
It's typically, I mean,
It's like watching a train wreck. You look at it, it's amusing. You watch it, and then you move on.
this is the thing about fandom drama, is that drama it exists because our lives are slow enough for us to actually be bored enough to look into it, and we want to see what's going on. Because I mean, look at those Entertainment Weekly magazines. That's drama. That's selling drama. That's looking at people's lives, saying yada yada slept with who'sy whatsy, and now, you know, what if
No, not yada yada and who's it, what's he?
Hootsy? Yeah, I know. I thought Hootsy Wootsy would have been broken after Taylor Swift made that song about him. No, but like, I'm serious though. Like Kim Kardashian, Taylor Swift, these are names that are currently like, like they are like, wow, the guys. But don't forget, like there was Britney Spears at one point, and Paris Hilton, and there's folks before that. It's a cycle. Find the new celebrity, squeeze every bit of drama and gossip and lucrative news out of them, because people are hungry for it, and sell it until that person gets old and you move on to the next person. You know, rinse, repeat. And for our fandom, yeah, there's drama because people get bored and they feel like, I want to see what they're doing. And this is how I would have done with it, or this is what I think about it. It's a way for a person to feel like they actually have a say in the matter and even judge a person. So, cause I know that like Grade A Under A did a video where he's like, YouTube drama's bad. You know, drama's bad. I hate drama. It's like, good. Listen, drama is going to exist no matter what. Drama is human nature. It is part of us being curious creatures, about us wanting to give our opinion and talk. I mean, I'm talking about shit right now, and it's just how we operate. I mean, we are social creatures. None of us are going to be like a bunch of perfect nuns and priests going, I am not going to partake in knowing what Mother Mary did in that confession box. It's going to be like, did you hear what happened with this? Ooh, I mean, hell, it goes all the way back to like our ancestors probably talking about, can you believe what Ugg did with Doogie Doogie in the dinosaur pit? I can't believe it. I'm serious though.
Ugg and Doogie Doogie.
Like, and whether it's the court of kings and queens and the shenanigans they get into, it's drama. That's just a term to say how humans interact when it comes to emotional issues and between folks. So, okay, sorry. And the next class, folks, I need you all to do a report on.
Got a question, or got two questions here, and I'm gonna read the first one and kind of skip past it because I don't think this is a debate. He asks, which will you see first, Suicide Squad or 9 Lives? Alec, I don't think anyone's gonna see 9 Lives.
I hadn't heard of it until just now.
Are
you kidding?
It's the
9
Shaggy
Lives
Dog,
is gonna
but
be
with
the
a
best
cat.
movie ever.
9 Lives might rival Secret Life of Pets for best pet movie.
Wait, sorry. Is that the one where the guy gets turned
Matt.
into a cat?
It's where Kevin Spacey is
It's
a
Shaggy
cat.
Dog, but it's a cat.
It's fucking yeah. Where's Tom Hanks? Does he like? He asks.
Suicide Squad, easy.
Which will you see first, Sausage Party or Pete's Dragon?
Pete's Dragon. I am not
Are they
watching
coming out the
Sausage
same
Party.
week?
Is there anyone here who's planning on seeing Sausage Party right
No.
away?
Yes.
Okay, I figured Paleo would
I
be at
see
least.
every animated movie every year. So.
Well, damn. Well, let me know what you think of your. You know when they call it food porn? I just realized where this movie actually got its like startup idea.
Yeah.
They saw the word food porn and went, "Wait a minute,
Let's make something.
let's make a movie that's actually food porn." Shifra has a cool question here. It's kind of a thinker. If Luna can see your dreams while you sleep, can Celestia see your daydreams? Oh. And can Celestia see what's inside your pants?
Celestia's too busy being.
Well, I'm sure she can. If she
I meant to
gets
say
working up.
Cadence, actually, because she's the pony of love
Yeah.
Oh.
and sex.
Dad.
Mm.
Is that the Princess of Love, or you just happy to see her?
Did I already meet my quota?
No, we'll give you
for
that
what?
one free of charge.
Okay.
Here's something we could discuss. Alec Greer asking, speaking of Liar Liar, what's your favorite Jim Carrey movie?
Possibly not Bruce Almighty.
Evan Almighty.
Evan Almighty?
No, what
Wait,
was
no.
He's not in that
That's the one with Jim Carrey.
Truman Show. Truman Show.
Oh, Truman Show is a good one.
No, there
Truman
was.
Show is a good one.
What do y'all
What
want?
about
Like
Eternal
one of
Sunshine
the
of the Spotless
movies.
Mind?
It was
Bruce
The
Bruce
Almighty
Almighty.
movies had Jim Carrey in it. Okay.
That was
Bruce.
Bruce Almighty.
Okay.
The first one.
Sorry.
Jesus.
And then probably
my-
second, Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls.
Yeah.
Ace Ventura movies are great, but Dumb and Dumber
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry I forgot that one.
is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's in my top 5.
You know what's funny
Guys,
is I got you. It's the something on the Spotted Mind or whatever.
Yeah, it's
Eternal
Sunshine
Sunshine.
of a Spotless Mind.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah. But guys, you're forgetting The Grinch.
Yeah.
That's actually
That one's
enjoy.
my favorite.
No,
I
I
think.
didn't forget that one.
That's actually a guilty pleasure of mine.
Nice.
Yeah, I really liked the Grinch movie that he did. Me and Jeffrey watched it.
Or,
all the time.
Lemony Snicket's series of unfortunate events.
That
Why-
was another
why
good
did-
one.
Did nobody say Mr. Popper's Penguins?
I never saw it.
Holy fuck! I forgot that was a
I completely forget. I remember seeing an image of that like just a couple days ago, and I was like, I should watch that.
Jim
I read
Carrey
that
wakes
book
up
when
in
I
like
was
a
little.
dripping sweat he's like, I made that movie.
No, he has a lot of good like ones in the '90s, like Liar Liar. I thought was
Oh, what about The Mask?
the
Yeah.
Mask.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was good.
That movie I gotta watch again because something tells me like he just it's his facial expressions and his
Somebody
energy.
stop me!
He's just the guy.
And he's wearing a freaking zoot suit.
Yeah.
Good topic. Ozzy, I'll ask. This one might be kind of hard to answer. Which movies, TV shows that you hate but others like, and that you like but others hate? Really, I
Go reboot, though I don't think
Uh-huh.
anybody actually likes it.
I was gonna say, I
like,
think
like what now?
it show. Remember, we were talking about like, oh, what movies do you like but others hate? We kind of discussed this. I was gonna say, no matter what you watch, there's gonna be people who don't like it and people who do like it. If
Yeah.
enough people like it, it's gonna hang around. If enough don't, then it's gonna go away.
I got one.
What's that?
Ugh, I don't really. I'm not the biggest fan of The Walking Dead.
That's okay.
Me too.
And I'm not interested in seeing Game of Thrones. I haven't seen it, so I'm not going to count it as me not liking
I don't
it.
think you would see it. It's Paleo started watching it. And I was surprised. Like, oh wow, he actually started watching it. And I feel like it takes a certain type of geek to really enjoy it or like it. Because the thing about it appeals to I feel like two main demographics. Am I
Yeah.
lacking?
A little bit.
A little bit.
Do I sound like speak earlier right now or no?
No.
I have no idea how to answer that question.
Can you all hear me now?
You're
Yes,
back.
You're good. Okay.
I feel like it appeals to the people who like drama, so the folks who would watch The Walking Dead, and it appeals to geeks, people who like knights and dragons and shit. So to have both combined, increases your odds. Very epic story and tale, great characters. So yeah, a lot of reason why people would like it. I feel like you wouldn't like it, Race. I feel like you are just
I don't think
you
I
won't have
would.
enough time to commit.
Yeah.
It's your schedule. I feel like it's a problem.
Yeah, it's a reason I haven't gotten into a lot of movies or shows. But yeah, here's a question that might be unanimous. Imperfect 13 asking, are you going to see Kubo and the Two Strings?
Yes.
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 I'd like to.
Okay. Thank you, Matt, for your commitment. Alec Greer asks, remember?
You know how many movies I see.
Yeah.
Luckily, you saw Zootopia. What? How many times? 3?
6.
Damn.
What? You saw Zootopia 6 times
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
in theaters
Yeah.
With you.
with me?
And I think,
Yeah.
wow, that echoed.
Did it just reach you?
Mhm.
No, I was wearing headphones, and it just took me a moment to realize my eardrums were bleeding.
Okay.
Yeah, no, there was that one at the El Capitan. There was one at Downtown Disney. There's one with you and Sarah up in your neck of the woods. I think you guys came down here one time, and there were 2 other times which I can't place. But
El Capitan.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
yeah.
Alec Greer asks.
There was that one time we went and saw what Max Steel or whoever it was.
Matt Steele.
Matt Steel, yes.
Yes,
I'm
Yep.
good with the names. Yes.
one of the creators of the movie. Alec Greer is asking. Remember Blue Skies Robots?
Yeah.
Yes, I
Yeah.
do.
Oh.
I remember that the big hype for that movie was Robin Williams.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Robin had like almost like a genie-like character, but not nearly as like endearing.
Lovable. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very, very strange movie. Me and Matt watched it recently, and it was like,
Really,
Different.
yeah, yeah, the other Matt.
it's very generic.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
but it's so weird. It's the same. It has the same problem I have with the Cars universe, but though it's like turned up to 11.
No, the problem I can already tell you, the problem you have with the Cars universe is like just kind of ignored, where I feel like they actually tried to tackle the problem in robots, where they're like, oh, this is where babies come from. It's like, what?
No, that's where you put your clutch pedal up their tailpipe.
Your clutch pedal up their tailpipe. Damn. That's kind of hot. So, Ozzy Alzan, do you
Dipstick, then?
watch The Killing Joke? I watch it, was good, not great. Says Ozzy.
Celebrities, what do they know? Do they know a thing? Let's find out.
Has anyone here seen it?
I have not.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm going
I believe
to.
I have.
Sarah
gonna
was
say-
explaining the controversy behind it.
Yeah. And like the Killing Joke in itself, the comic in itself is controversial because of things that happen, but it might be
I think-
spoilers for people.
Jim made a review about it recently.
Yeah. I haven't seen his
It's-
review yet because I'm gonna watch it and then probably do my own review.
And just so you all know, we're just about finishing up the questions here. I just have a few more.
Yeah.
Nathan asked one. I'll be the one to answer this one, but he says, "Did you hear Jeff Gordon is coming out of retirement for 2 races?"
My dad
Yeah.
told me that.
Oh yeah, Paleo, that's right. Your dad watches.
Yeah, and he's a fan
The,
of Jeff Gordon.
Well, that was a win-win for him. Dale Earnhardt Jr., who is NASCAR's most popular driver, it's kind of a funny situation actually. You'll understand what I'm getting at. He fell out of racing for a few weeks because of concussion-like symptoms, and so he decided, he went to the doctor himself, said, "I'm not feeling well," and they told him this is what's happening. So essentially, he's the reason that he's not racing. And everybody in the media is just like, "Oh my God, Dale Earnhardt Jr., what a hero to all people in every sport, because he sat out of a race because he has concussion-like symptoms." Now, don't get me wrong, important that he does it, right?
Mm-hmm. If
The
you don't feel
week
like you're
bef-
up for it.
Listen, the week before Dale Earnhardt Jr. did this, a driver in a smaller series, but still a series that's on TV in NASCAR, did the exact same thing, and nobody gave a shit. It's because it's Dale Earnhardt Jr. talking about horse famous people in NASCAR.
Mm-hmm.
It's because Dale Earnhardt Jr. did it, and everyone's like, "Oh, our Saint Dale Earnhardt Jr. He has shown us the concussion-like symptom."
Who was the person who told me that
Oh,
like the last
man.
person? No, who was the person who told me?
Where is
That's like-
NASCAR church race?
Oh.
North Carolina.
Yep.
What, Saber? Who were you
I
asking?
mean, there is a museum here.
Jesus.
Someone, I think one of you all told me, or one of my friends said that the last person that Dale Earnhardt ever spoke to was like Frankie Muniz.
I told you that.
That's so fucking weird.
it's
Frankie
technically,
Muniz is cursed.
technically it's the last person he met. Because the drivers communicate with their teams and their spotters and everything, so there's communication and whatnot. But I guess Frankie Muniz in the 2001 Daytona 500 was riding in the pace car, and Dale Earnhardt, I forget where he started in the race, but I guess met all the drivers right as they were about to go onto the track, as in like drive onto the track, and Frankie Muniz of all people was the last person to meet Dale Earnhardt / Dale Earnhardt.
It's a curse.
That was the last person Dale Earnhardt met, was Frankie Muniz.
I love that. This is something really like it almost seems comical. Like Frankie Muniz meets Dale Earnhardt. Dale Earnhardt dies.
Well, the thing is Frankie Muniz, a couple little side things about him is he's actually, as far as acting career-wise, I think he's done with it as far as I
I
know.
think he's basically retired.
Yeah, which he probably is well off for a couple generations.
Well, I feel really bad for him.
But he, I know he does a lot of actually auto racing, and we have a celebrity event every year, and he's been in it, I want to say maybe the last 3 years. So I've done interviews with the guy and whatnot, and it's so funny, like standing there putting a GoPro on his car as he's on the other side, and you hear him like talking to someone, and you're like, it's Frankie Muniz. What's cool is that he's come close to. He won this year. He won the event.
Did he?
And what's so funny is that many years ago, they filmed a movie at Irwindale Speedway. It must have been in like the year 2000 when they filmed this. And it was filmed at Irwindale Speedway where they got some clips of him. It was called Miracle in Lane 2.
Mm.
And it's a soapbox derby movie where he's in a wheelchair. And,
I remember that.
yeah, and he has these daydreams where he talks to God, and God's a race car driver. And the scene is clearly for someone who knows Irwindale like I do. I'm like, oh my God, it's Irwindale Speedway. I recognize the cars that are driving around. So he actually rode around Irwindale Speedway 15 years before he won at Irwindale Speedway.
Bless
So he
you,
was
Paleo.
learning the track young.
Thanks.
Yeah, so he cheated, is what I'm trying to say. Down with Frankie. let's see here. Just a few more guys. Ardell's asking, what would be everyone's dream
Ardell.
movie? The movie. Yeah, hey Ardell. The movie you'd really want to see made. Does anyone need to ask what mine is?
Utopia.
Zootopia 2?
Well, I'm already getting mine, so
Wreck-It Ralph 2?
yeah.
Wow, rub it in. Jesus.
I would like to see. There's a web comic that I follow. Well, follows an awkward term
It's
because
the cat
it's
one.
about once a month.
Yeah.
Lackadaisy, yes.
Yeah.
I would love to see that made into a movie.
What about you, Paleo?
Well, I'm already getting a Lego movie sequel.
Mm.
Actually, if possible, a good Metroid movie.
There it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
Saber, did you say one?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of something that would actually be a good answer because I'm thinking like, oh, StarCraft or Overwatch or something. But
An animated Overwatch movie would be great.
Yeah,
I'm
I
trying.
think
actually
that's kind of what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
But they're like, well,
But
let's,
you know
let's
they'd
make
make
a
it
game
live
so we can make
action.
money.
They would make it live action.
Geez, I don't know.
Just say
Jeez,
Zootopia
man.
2. Or
Oh.
you say Zootopia 3.
A really over the top stupid Warhammer movie.
I'm actually going to change my answer. I want to see Zootopia 4 because that means I'll get 4 movies.
But what if it's like Shrek?
I'm
So it'd be
probably
good.
going to be one of those people who are like, more. All right, we're at our last questions here.
Last questions, you said.
Well,
Yes,
no. I've saying
like
it, but
30
they're
more.
kind of all going to group together. Greenleaf is asking, this is a quick one. Which do you prefer? Any of the Ace Venturas or Bruce Almighty? I'm probably going to say
Ace.
Ace Ventura.
Ace.
Yeah.
Ace, I guess.
Sarah's like,
Yes.
I guess
Oh.
I'll go with the flow.
wait, but I thought Bruce Almighty.
Sure.
I thought you really liked Bruce Almighty.
I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen that one in a while. I've seen Evan Almighty.
Okay,
Oh.
interesting.
But what?
Yeah.
Wait, was Jim Carrey even in that one?
No,
No.
they asked
Oh.
him
I think it
to
was
be in
Steve
it.
Carell.
Oh my
But
god!
I'm just saying
I have a
they're
story.
the Almighty
I have
movies.
a-
They're like two.
I have a story to end the
the same.
podcast. I have a great story to end the podcast.
So we're
Okay.
done with
yeah.
questions?
I want to thank everyone for their questions, as usual.
Nathan
Um,
says, "But what about the Wonder Woman trailer?" And I'm like, "Yes."
Oh yeah, Wonder
There we
Woman.
go.
Well said.
I'm excited for it.
Okay, I found out. So I love reading up on like trivia. Bless you. Trivia on
I apologize.
movies.
There was a spider walking across my microphone, so I decided to blow it off, and I
Oh.
forgot to mute the mic.
Gross.
Yeah, why didn't you
Ew.
just jack it off?
Wow.
You went there.
So, I like reading trivia on movies after I watch them. Sometimes you find out some really funny things, especially about movies that I watched like when I was younger, and then it's like, oh wow, I never knew that. How many of you have seen Fly Away Home?
Nope.
I have.
Seen what?
It's a
Fly
movie
Away
called
Home.
Fly Away Home. It came out in the 90s. It's a movie with Jeff Daniels, and I'll describe it. It's about a girl who befriends these geese, or she finds these geese, and helps them hatch, and they grow up, and they need to.
I know
help-
you're talking about.
Yeah,
I know
and
you're talking about.
they need to help them get
Migrate.
migrate to the south. So they get in these little planes and help them fly down. I guess it only reminded Saber of this movie. I found out that so Jeff Daniels is her dad, and she's like, how old do you think, Sarah? Like 12?
Probably 11 or 12. something
11
like
or 12. So Jeff Daniels is her dad. She's 11 or 12. Apparently, years down the road,
that. Oh, don't tell me.
Jeff Daniels and this girl that was his daughter
Mm.
had to shoot a sex scene.
No.
In what movie?
Independence Day.
I was just like, oh
That's so awful.
What movie?
I'm pulling it up right now. But they asked Jeff Daniels like, well, how did you guys like cope with, the obvious elephant in the room right here? And he's like, we just did our best to not think about geese. Ha ha. That's funny. Ha. I'm pulling it up right now. What movie was this in? Searching sex. Okay, so it says 9 years after they played father and daughter in Fly Away Home, Jeff Daniels and Anna Paquin filmed a sex scene together for The Squid and the Whale in 2005. Daniels said in an interview at the time that the way they coped with filming the sex scene was by trying to, quote, not to think about, geese. I thought that was hilarious. I was just like, Jesus Christ.
Also,
Way to end the podcast.
apparently, this actress, she was the voice of Ramsey in The Good Dinosaur.
Ah.
Rams. Oh, really? Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
one's
one of
Ramsey?
the T-Rexes.
I loved your response there.
Oh.
They're loyal dogs.
Well, I think that's a wrap, guys.
Yeah.
It's really cool, you guys. Okay.
Are we gonna sign
Was
off?
that a Zootopia quote?
Yes.
Yes.
Of course it was. Like 50% of what
Oh,
Jeffrey says
speaking
now
of-
is a Zootopia.
Yeah, I have a new Zootopia video coming out tomorrow. It should be
Really?
Quote.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be amazing, so you should watch it. But if you guys like box office stuff, then you'll also be happy to know that it's a full recap on the box office for Zootopia. And I
Are you gonna be a sore loser?
no about what? About what? About what?
Box office.
Why would I be a sore loser? About what?
It's a secret.
Happy Friday Eve, everybody.
Yeah, no. To be fair, Finding Dory has not yet.
Yeah,
If-
it still hasn't. Though
Yeah.
it's I think it's the highest grossing domestic animated.
Oh
movie?
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. It destroyed Shrek.
Yeah.
Like Shrek 2's record was 420. This movie is gonna end close to 500 unless Disney steps in and makes sure it gets to 500. So yeah, no, Finding Dory kicked ass. Incredible.
Yeah.
Well,
So The Incredibles is the other sequel.
oh shit! Everybody, thank you for joining us here on the Semi Perfect Podcast. Saber, thank you for joining us while you're driving.
I was gonna go buy a drive-thru and get some food and have the intercom going, but I couldn't find it.
That would have been amazing.
I decided to keep driving instead.
Well, travel safe. Get to where you're going safely.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you all for joining us here. That's a wrap on the Semi Perfect Podcast. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Don't forget to tip your waitress.
Dim pony.